Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss first chapter of Pharmaceutics 1, different type of doses. Now the definition of doses form. Doses form are the means by which drug molecules are delivered to site of action within the body. What is the need of doses form? Doses form basically designed to fulfill the following need. Accurate dose protection, for example, coated tablet, sealed ampoules, protection from gastric juice, masking tests and odor, etc. Then here is one slide which basically represent that what are the basic components of a drug or medicine. Drug or medicine basically con contain API, active pharmaceutical ingredient. API is that molecule or chemical entity which show a biological response within a specified organ, tissue, cells, or whole body in human being as well as animals. Or API may be defined as active pharmaceutical ingredient that have active pharmaceutical ingredients that have biological activity or that can fulfill a given therapeutic task. Medicine basically designed by addition of API with excipients. Excipients, these are the basically non-drug components which are used to facilitate, to promote, or to assist the formulation of a particular dosage form. Now, what do you mean by excipients, or what are the various types of excipients? Excipients, as the name indicates, these are the additive or non-drug components which are basically used during the formulation of a dosage form, which assist the formulation of dosage form in the following aspects, like as number one, coloring agent, sweetening agent, flavoring agent, solubilizing agent, antioxidant, preservatives, thickening agents, suspending agents, binding agents, sol solvents, lubricants, and perfumes. Coloring agents generally used to impart a color. Sweetening agents, these are generally mixed with the bitter medicament to mask the taste of that particular medicine or drug. Flavoring agent, these are generally used to induce a flavor like as vanilla. Solubilizing agent, some drugs which are poorly soluble in a given solvent like as an aqueous solvent. So solubilizing agent basically enhance the solubility of that drug in a particular solvent. Antioxidant, these are also act as a preservative, or these are the chemical entity which basically inhibit the path of oxidation which ultimately leads to degradation of a particular drug or API. Thickening agent, like in case of emulsion or suspension, thickening agents generally used to provide adequate viscosity so that the API, either it is solid in liquid form, uniformly dispersed within a given formulation, for example, emulsion and suspension. Suspending agents. These substances are also helpful in the formulation of suspension. Solvents. Different types of solvents, organic as well as aqueous solvents, are generally used for the formulation of different type of dosage form. Lubricants. Lubricants basically assist the flow property of a particular substance either in the form of solid like as solid granules which are properly lubricated during the flow of Hooper to dye in the processing of tablet. Why we should be familiar with the basic properties of dosage form? Basic properties of dosage form basically helpful in case of formulation aspects of formulating a particular dosage form. Number one, API handling can be difficult or impossible. For example, low mg and microgram doses is low amount of drug, either in milligram or microgram. Accurate drug dosing can be difficult. Active pharmaceutical ingredient administration can be impractical, unfeasible, or not according to the therapeutic aims. Some API can benefit from reducing the environment factor. Light, moisture need to be chemically stabilized due to chemical instability. API can be degraded at the site of administration like as low pH in stomach. API may cause local irritation or injury when they are present at high concentration at the site of administration. API can have unpleasant organoleptic qualities like as taste, smell, etc. Now the classification of dosage form or the types of dosage form. Dosage form are generally classified in the following parts based on the route of drug administration or present in which form, like as physical form and route of administration. On the basis of route of administration, dosage form may be defined like as oral, topical, rectal, parenteral, vaginal, inhaled, ophthalmic, or tube. On the basis of physical form, means the form in which these are physically present: solid, semi-solid, liquid, and gases. Oral dosage form. Oral dosage form basically include like a tablet, capsules, syrups, etc. Now it comes under the oral solid dosage form. Number one is tablet. A tablet is a hard, compressed medication in round, oval, or square shape. Various types of excipients are used during the designing or fabrication of tablets. These excipients basically include binders, ingredients, lubricants, disintegrating agents, sweeteners, pigments to make uncoated tablet visually attractive. A coating tablet may be applied to hide the taste of the tablet components, make the tablet smoother and easier to swallow, make it more resistant to the environment, extending its shelf life. Buccal and sublingual tablet. These are the tablets which are basically placed in the buccal cavity or under the tongue of buccal cavity. As we can see in this diagram, one tablet is basically placed in the buccal cavity, and in the next diagram, one tablet is placed under the tongue of a particular mouth. Number one is sublingual and buccal. Medications are administered by placing them in the mouth, either under the tongue, sublingual, or either between the gums and the teeth. Like as in buccal route, the medication dissolve rapidly and are absorbed through the mucous membrane of the mouth, where they enter into the bloodstream. Tablet designed for this route basically leads to following advantage: avoid the acid and enzymatic environment of the stomach and drug metabolizing enzymes of the liver. Example of drug administered by this route: example, nitroglycerin tablet with steroidal hormones, etc. Effervescent tablets. Effervescent tablets are uncoated tablets that generally contain acidic substance, either citric acid or tartaric acid, and carbonates or bicarbonates, and which react rapidly in the presence of water by releasing carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide basically helps in masking the bitter taste of a drug or masking the bad odor of drug, or also increase the absorption of particular medicament. Next is chewable tablet. These are the tablets that chewed prior to swallowing. They are designed for administration to children, for example, vitamin products or candies or toffees, etc. Dosage form: tablets for oral administration. Generation of dosage form: first generation, conventional, unmodified. They immediately release API after disintegration or dissolution. Second generation, controlled release of API, means controlled release. These doses for basically release medicament in a controlled order, either for zero order kinetic or resemble zero order kinetic, whereas conventional follow generally first order kinetic. As we can see in this diagram, that plasma concentration versus time profile of a oral routine medication. In this diagram, we are observing that on increasing the frequency, such type of graph is plotted here or obtained. Number one graph. This one is for conventional tablet. Whereas this graph is for controlled release medication, means second generation. Conventional versus controlled release form, first generation. Disintegration of dosage form and dissolution of API is spontaneous process, means rapid dissolution and rapid absorption or rapid disintegration. Drug absorption and distribution is based only on physiochemical properties of active pharmaceutical ingredient, not on the properties of excipients or other components. Second generation. The release of API is under control of the drug delivery system. Temporal control. Advantage: avoid fluctuation of plasma drug concentration. Better safety and efficacy. Decrease frequency of drug administration. Offer once daily administration. Better compliance. Sustained release. Release of medicament in a sustained way or controlled way for a prolonged time period. This graph basically represents conventional sustained release and controlled release. In this graph, we generally observe that conventional follows spontaneous release and then rapid absorption and then elimination of a drug product. Whereas in case of controlled release, it generally follows zero order kinetic. Whereas in case of sustained release, it does not follow zero order kinetic, but medicament released in a controlled way. Now next dosage form for oral route is capsule. A capsule is a medication in gelatin container. Advantage: means basically capsule that is composed of dosage form and drug or medication either in the form of powder or as well as granules or other form like as liquid dosage. Capsules, these are basically made up of gelatin cell or gelatin container. A capsule cell basically divided into cap and body. Inside the body, we have to fill a dose either in the form of liquid or solid. Liquid means like as liquid drops, or solid means granules or powder form. Or basically, capsules are divided into two parts: hard gelatin capsule or soft gelatin capsule. In case of hard gelatin capsule, we have to fill solid medicament inside the capsule cell that is made up of gelatin. Whereas in case of soft gelatin capsule, these are one cell capsule. In these type of capsule, we have to fill liquid doses. Next is what are the various advantages of capsule and what are the various types of capsule. A capsule is a medication in gelatin container. Advantages: mask the unpleasant taste of its content. There are two main types of capsule. These are hard shelled capsule or hard gelatin capsule, or soft shelled capsule or soft gelatin capsule. Number one is hard shelled capsule, which are normally used for dry powdered ingredients, whereas soft gelatin capsule that is mainly used for liquid medicament or liquid formulation. Lozenge. It is a solid preparation consists of sugar and gum, the latter giving strength and cohesiveness to the lozenge and facilitates slow release of the medicament. It is used to medicate the mouth and throat for the slow administration of indigestion or cough remedies. Pastilles. These are solid medicated preparation designed to dissolve slowly in the mouth. They are softer than lozenges and their base are either glycerol and gelatin or acacia and sugar. Next is dental cones. A tablet form intended to be placed in the empty socket following a tooth extraction for preventing the local multiplication of the pathogenic bacteria associated with the tooth extraction. The cones may contain an anti-inflammatory or antiseptic medication. Pills. Pills are oral dosage form which consist of spherical masses prepared from one or more medicaments incorporated with the inert excipients. Pills are now rarely used. Granules. These are the type of solid dosage form. They are consisting of solid dry aggregates of powder particles often supplied in single dose sachets. Some granules are placed on the tongue and swallowed with water. Others are intended to be dissolved in water before taking. Effervescent granules generally evolve carbon dioxide and these are also made up of like as effervescent tablets, citric acid or tartaric acid in combustion with bicarbonates or weak alkaline salt. Powder. It is also a type of solid dosage form. Powder generally classified into following types of like as bulk powder, divided powder, etc. There are two kinds of powder intended for internal use. Bulk powder are multiple preparation consisting of solid, loose, dry particle of varying degree of fineness. They contain one or more active ingredient with or without excipient, and if necessary, coloring matter and flavoring substance can be added. In the formation of bulk powder, usually contain non-patent medicaments such as antacid, since the patient measures a dose by volume using a 5 ml medicine case of effervescent powder. Divided powder are single dose presentation which are basically filled in a small setting. They are intended to be in divided doses form and patient can take this medication with or without water. Powder for mixture. The mixed powder may be stored in dry form and mixture prepared by the pharmacist when required for dispensing by suspending the powder in the appropriate beaker. Next type is liquid preparation. Liquid preparation basically includes like as solution, emulsion, suspension, mixture, etc. Number one is oral solution. Oral solutions are clear liquid preparation for oral use containing one or more active ingredient dissolved in a suitable vehicle, like a syrup. This is also a oral solution. Oral emulsion. Oral emulsion are stabilized oil in water dispersion either or both phases of which may contain dissolved solids. Next is oral emulsion. Emulsion these are basically comes under the biphase dosage form in which one phase that is known as dispersion phase and one phase is dispersed phase, or one phase is dispersed phase and next is continuous phase. Dispersed phase basically that is the liquid phase which is present in small quantity which is to be dispersed in the dispersion phase or continuous phase with the help of suitable emulsifying agent. Oral emulsion basically present in the form of oil in water dispersion. Next is oral suspension. Oral suspensions are liquid preparation for oral use containing one or more active ingredient suspended in a suitable vehicle in which the suspended particle is uniformly distributed or dispersed. Oral suspension may show a sediment which is readily dispersed on shaking to a given uniform suspension which remains sufficiently stable to enable the correct dose to be delivered. Liquid preparation. Liquid preparation basically contain syrup, elixir, linctus, eye drop, ear drop, etc. Syrup. It is a concentrated aqueous solution of sugar, usually sucrose, and composition of sucrose is 66.67% as per pp. Flavored syrup are a convenient form of masking disagreeable taste. Elixir. It is a pleasantly flavored, clear liquid oral preparation of potent or nauseous drugs. The vehicle may contain a high proportion of ethanol or sucrose together with antimicrobial preservative which confers the stability of the preparation. Next is linctus. Linctus are viscous, liquid, oral preparation that are usually prescribed for the relief of cough. They usually contain a high proportion of syrup and glycerol which have a emulsient effect on the membrane of the throat. The dose volume is small, 5 ml, and to prolong the demulcent action, they should be taken undiluted. Oral drops. Linctus are viscous liquid oral preparation that are usually prescribed for the relief of cough. They usually contain a high proportion of syrup and glycerol which have a demulcent effect on the membrane of the throat. The dose volume of linctus is basically small, that is usually 5 ml. And in general or routine practice, patient is advised to take this medication without any dilution. Oral drops. Oral drops are liquid preparation for oral use that are intended to be administered in small volume with the aid of a suitable measuring device. They may be solution, suspension, or emulsion. Gargles. Gargles. Generally, these are the medications which are used to gargle to treat throat infection like a throat irritation, etc. Gargles generally supplied in the concentrated form, which is during the use. Patient is generally directed to dilute with a specified volume of hot water or warm water, mouthwash. These are similar to gargles but are used for oral hygiene and to treat infection of the mouth. Topical dosage form. Topical dosage form. These dosage form may also be classified into various types like a solid, semi-solid, liquid. In case of semi-solid, first one is ointment. Ointment are semi-solid greasy preparation for application to the skin, rectum or nasal mucosa. The base is usually anhydrous and immiscible with skin secretion. Ointment may be used as emollient or to apply suspended or dissolved medication to the skin for anti-allergic, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory action. Creams. Creams are semi-solid emulsion, that is a mixture of oil and water. They are basically divided into two parts or two types. Oil and water type creams, which are composed of small droplet of oil dispersed in a continuous aqueous phase. Oil and water creams are more comfortable and cosmetically acceptable as they are less greasy and more easily washed off by using water. Water in oil or WO creams. WO creams or water in oil type cream, which are composed of small droplets of water dispersed in continuous oil phase. Water in oil creams are more difficult to handle, but many drugs which are readily found in water in oil creams than an oil in water creams. Water in oil creams are also more moisturizing as they provide an oily barrier which reduce water evaporation from the skin. Gels or jellies. Gels are semi-solid system in which liquid phase is constrained within a 3D polymeric matrix like as consisting of natural or synthetic gum, having a high degree of physical or chemical crossing. They are used for medication, lubrication, and some miscellaneous application like carrier for spermicide agents to be used intravascularly. Qualities. It is soft, viscous, pasty preparation for external use. They are applied to the skin while they are hot. Qualities must retain heat for considerable time because they are intended to supply warmth to inflamed part of body, like as Keol in politics, BPC. Topical doses form. Continue. Paste. Paste are basically ointment into which a high percentage of insoluble solids has been added or has been incorporated. The extraordinary amount of particulate matter increase the stiffness of this system. Pastes are less penetrating and less macerating and less heating than ointment. Paste make particularly good protective barrier when placed on the skin. The solid they contain can absorb and thereby neutralize certain noxious chemicals before they ever reach the skin. Like ointment, paste form an unbroken relatively water. Impermeable film. Unlike ointment, the film is opaque and therefore can be used as an effective sunblock accordingly. Pastes are less greasy because of the absorption of the fluid hydrocarbon fraction to the particulars. Topical doses form. There are two types of paste, fatty paste, non-greasy paste. Fatty paste basically include laser paste. Non-greasy paste basically include Vaseline paste. Next one is dusting powder. These are free-flowing very fine powder for external use, not for use on open wounds unless the powder are sterilized. Transdermal patch. Transdermal patch or skin patch is a medicated adhesive patch that is placed on the skin to deliver a specific dose of medication through the skin and into the bloodstream. Advantage of transdermal patch. The transdermal patch or TDDS route or the types such as oral, topical, etc. is that it provides a controlled release of the medicament into the patient for a prolonged time. Hence, no need to replace the one patch by another and another by another. The first commercial available patch was scopolamine for motion sickness. Topical doses form. Number 8 is plaster. Plaster are solid or semi-solid masses adhered to the skin when spread upon the cotton felt linen or muslin cloth as a backing material, and they are mainly used to provide protection and mechanical support, to furnish an occlusive and macerating action, to bring medication into close contact with the affected surface of the skin. Liniments. Liniments are fluid, semi-solid, or occasionally semi-solid preparation intended for application to the skin. They may be alcoholic or oily solution or emulsion. Most are massaged on the skin, counter-irritant. Liniments should not be applied to the broken skin. Lotion. These are fluid preparation, aqueous preparation for external application without friction. It is the major difference in between lotion and liniments. That liniments basically applied with the help of friction, whereas lotion is applied generally without friction over the skin surface. They are either dabbed on the skin or applied on a suitable dressing and covered with a waterproof dressing to reduce evaporation from the skin. Collodions. Collodions is a solution of nitrocellulose in ether or acetone or sometimes with addition of alcohol. Its generic name is pyroxylone solution. It is highly flammable. As the solvent evaporates, it dries to a celluloid-like film. Compound wart remover consists of acetic acid and salicylic acid in an acetone collodion base used in the treatment of warts by keratolysis. Paints. Paints are liquid for application to the skin or mucous membrane of throat. Skin paint contain volatile solvent that evaporates quickly to leave a dry resinous film of medicament over the skin. Throat paints are more viscous due to a high content of glycerol and designed to prolong the contact of medicament with the affected site. Throat paints are generally used for the treatment of throat infection like throat irritation or coughing, etc. Pressurized disperse or with aerosol sprays. Several different types of pharmaceutical powder may be packed in pressurized disperser known as aerosol. Surface sprays produce droplet of 1000 micrometer diameter or greater. May be used as surface disinfectant, wound or burn dressing, relieve irritation of bites. Spray on dusting powder are also available from pressurized containers. Suppositories. It is a small solid medicated mass, usually cone-shaped, that is inserted either into the rectum, rectal suppository, from a vagina, vaginal suppositories or pessaries, where it melts at the body temperature and release the incorporated medication at that particular point where it is melting. Rectal dosage form. Enemas. An enema is the procedure of introducing liquid into the rectum and colon via the anus. Type of enemas: evacuant enema, used as a bowel stimulant to treat constipation. For example, soft enema, magnesium sulfate enema. The volume of evacuant enema may be reached up to 2 liters. Retention enema, where volume does not exceed 100 ml. No warming needed. May exert local effect as well as systemic effect. The enema which basically exert local effect are a barium enema that is used as a contrast substance in the radiological imaging of the bowel. Enema that show systemic effect. The administration of substance into the bloodstream. This may be done in the situation where it is impossible to deliver a medication by mouth, such as antiemetics. Second example is nutrient enema, which contains carbohydrate, vitamins, and minerals. Vaginal dosage form. Vaginal dosage form basically include pessaries. These are the solid medicated preparation designed for insertion into the vaginal cavity, where they are to be melt or dissolved and releasing the medication in the vaginal cavity. There are three types of pessaries: molded pessaries, compressed pessaries, vaginal capsule. Number one is molded pessaries. They are cone shaped and preparation in a similar way to mold squeeze. Compressed pessaries made in a variety of shapes and are prepared by compression in similar manner to the oral tablet. Vaginal capsules are similar to the soft gelatin oral capsule, differing only in size and shape. Vaginal dosage form also includes vaginal rings. Vaginal rings are duff nut shaped polymeric drug delivery devices designed to provide controlled release of drugs to the vagina over extended period of time. Several vaginal ring products are currently available, including Femring, Novaring. Femring, a low-dose estradiol acetate releasing ring manufactured from silicone elastomer for the relief of hot flashes and vaginal atrophy associated with menopause. Novaring, a low-dose contraceptive vaginal ring releasing progesterone and estrogen. Vaginal ring basically represented in this diagram, as well as dose. A dose is a device used to introduce a stream of water into the body cavity for medical and hygienic reasons. Intrauterine devices. Intrauterine devices basically a contraceptive device for birth control device. IUD, basically placed in the uterus, also known as IUD or a coil. The IUD is the world's most widely used method of reversible birth control. The device has to be fitted inside or removed from the uterus by a doctor. It remains in place the entire time pregnancy is not desired. Depending on the type, a single IUD is approved for 5 to 10 years. There are two broad categories of IUDs, contraceptive devices. Number A, inert and copper-based devices. B, hormonal-based devices that works by releasing progesterone. Parenteral dosage form. Injection. An injection is an infusion method of putting liquid into the body, usually with hollow needle and a syringe, which is pricked through the skin to a sufficient depth for the material to be forced into the body. There are several methods of injection, including An intravenous injection. It is a liquid administered directly into the bloodstream via a vein. It is advantageous when rapid onset of action is needed. Parenteral dosage form. Parenteral dosage form also include IV injection or intramuscular injection. It is the injection of substance directly into a muscle. Many vaccines are administered intramuscularly. Depending on the chemical properties of the drug, the medication may either be absorbed fairly, quickly, or more gradually. Intramuscular injections are often given in the deltoid, vastus, lateralis, ventogluteal, and dorsogluteal muscle. Subcutaneous injection. Subcutaneous injections are given by injecting a fluid into the subsues, the layer of the skin directly below the dermis and epidermis. Subcutaneous injections are highly effective in administering vaccine and such as medication as insulin. Inhaled doses form. Inhaled doses form basically include inhaler. Inhaler are solution, suspension or emulsion of drug in a mixture of inert propellant held under pressure in an aerosol dispenser. Release of a dose of the medicament in the form of droplet of 50 micrometer diameter or less from the container through a spring-loaded valve incorporating a metering device. The patient then inhales the released drug through a mouthpiece. In some time, the valve is actuated by finger pressure. In other time, the valve is actuated by the patient breathing in through the mouthpiece. It is commonly used to treat asthma and other respiratory tract infections. Nebulizer or atomizer. A nebulizer is a device used to administer medication to pupil in the form of a liquid mist to the airways. It is commonly used in treating asthma, other respiratory disease. It pumps air or oxygen through a liquid medication to turn it into a vapor, which is then inhaled by the patient. As a general rule, doctors generally prefer to prescribe inhaler for their patient because these are cheap, more portable, carry less risk of side effect. Nebulizer, for the reason, are usually reserved only for serious case of respiratory disease or severe attacks. Eye drops. Eye drops are saline containing drops used as a vehicle to administer medication in the eye. Depending on the condition being treated, they may contain steroid, antihistamine, or topical anesthetic. Eye drops sometimes do not have medication in them and are only lubricating and tear replacing solution. Ophthalmic ointment and gel. These are sterile semi-solid dosage form. These preparation intended for application to the conjunctiva or eyelid margin. Otic dosage form. Eardrops. Eardrops are solution, suspension, or emulsion of drugs that are instilled into the ear with a drop. It is used to treat or prevent ear infection, especially infection of the outer ear and ear canal. Nasal drop and spray. Drug in solution may be instilled into the nose from a dropper or from a plastic squeeze bottle. The drug may have local effect, antihistamine, decongestant. Alternatively, the drug may be absorbed through the nasal mucosa to exert a systemic effect. The use of oily nasal drops should be avoided because of possible damage to the cilia of the nasal mucosa.